Hello friends, this is RK from RK Share Market and Investment, and it's a short video on Bank Nifty analysis and various option strategies which we can work out for Monday. A small disclaimer, and we'll go to the 5-minute chart of Bank Nifty. So this is how it operated on the Friday's trade. So the previous close was 20,083. From there it opened a gap down at somewhere at 19,788, which is like almost 300 points down, and then further it shed almost further 300 points and made a low of 19,460 during the first 5 minutes trade, and then it recovered in the next 5 minutes, but it could not able to sustain that rise. It shopped heavily and made a low of around 19,250. So from there it took a support and then it gradually rised, and you can see these were the levels which we discussed over the last 2-3 videos, where are all the supports were. I have not changed any of the levels. You can see this 19,750 or 19,479 act as a major resistance and support when it went up and then came down. It took a major support at this level, and then from here it took a major support and it went up and made a day high of 20,923. so almost like 900 points from previous day closing. From there it during this European opening time, it shed couple of points and then took a support again at this 19,750. so you can see here it acted as a resistance during this time, and then during the closing time it acted as a major support, and then it went up, and then this 20,360 acted as a resistance, where it was like hovering around this range for almost 40-50 minutes, and then finally closed at 20,317. so the day closed with a kind of around 250 to 80 points gain, you can say. This is how the day was. So tomorrow the major support you can see like this 20,086, 19,750, 19,480, and then this 19,000. These will act as a major support. So but the sentiments are looking pretty bad. It might open a gap down with 5 to 6% or whatever it is. Let us see tomorrow how it is going to be. Tomorrow is going to be interesting day. And then also if you look at this option chain data, if you can see this put option side, it is Bank Nifty for this month expiry. This 2 lakh will act as a 2 lakh open interest at this 20,000 will act as a major support for the Bank Nifty, and then further going down where we have observing major is that 19,000 which we are discussing. So here also you can see this 1,80,000, whereas on the call option side there is no much kind of resistance over here. And if you go further up on this 21,000, this will act as a major resistance. So on the upside 21,000 will act as a resistance, and on downside this 20,000 will act as a support. And as per the analysis, if you go to the major support and resistance slide, so these are all the levels which we have discussed. If it goes up, this 21,350 might act as a resistance, and on the downside this 1975. Passing on all these levels, like it will be around 1,300 points, which is almost like 8 to 9% drop. So you can expect this level to be a kind of support, and then this one to be kind of a resistance on the upper side, maybe this or this. So coming to the option chain data, like on Friday we have not given any kind of recommendation because the premiums are too high, and this is how it ended up. Like almost all the premiums have gone, whether it is on the call option side also. Bank Nifty rose around 300 points. You can see a lot of premium erosion. Like finally it ended up around 100 points down, or maybe like 100 points down from the previous day closing. And same thing on the PE side, because it was on the opposite side, obviously the premium will go off. And what you can expect tomorrow, at the money is working pretty good, fine. So I would say this 20,300 call option is giving a kind of good reasonable data around this 21,200 or 21,300, where we have observed a major resistance. So all these kind of premiums are heading towards that kind of price, whereas on the put option side you can see all of this premiums are heading towards its 19,100 or 19,300 range. So this will be a kind of good support for the Bank Nifty. So we can expect somewhere it might end up on this range, or it might go up to this level. So these two are the levels which you can pick it up. Oh, sorry. So the kind of based on the option chain data, so we would suggest this might be looking good, but considering the global scenario, I would say try to avoid, or maybe you can go on the PE side. So this is a kind of small demo. And coming to the next one, so based on our analysis and these kind of things, how you can read the chart, how you can take these kind of supports. For example, if you go to the Bank Nifty chart, so how you can pick up these kind of levels, and how you can read chart predictively, and you can also analysis like this is a kind of place where the trend reversal happened. And if you just go and add a kind of RSI, here you will get a kind of good indicator where you can take a kind of a reversal trade. And also here also you can see a lot of kind of consolidation phase. This might be very much evidential with the kind of indicators. So how you can read these kind of indicators, how you can become a pro trade. So we are happy to launch this TLP program. TLP program is nothing but train like a pro and trade like a pro. It's a 2 days technical workshop which we are planning at Chennai on 11th and 12th of April. Considering this corona might ease off within the next 15-20 days period, so let us hope for the best, so that the market also will gain, and also we can also resume our life coming from this kind of Janata curfew or self quarantine phase. So considering this, we are launching this program at Chennai on 11th and 12th. So this will involve about the basic stock selections and all the kind of the basic need to become a pro trader. It starts from the basics to the advanced and expert level. So definitely this will give you a kind of very good viewpoint towards the kind of stock market. So this involves a technical analysis also, where we will be touching upon moving averages, and then RSI, Fibonacci retracement, and how to use these kind of technical for selecting a stock for the intraday, short term, medium term, or even a long term perspective. Also, if you are going for a holding, if you are a proper investor, you can also use this kind of stock selection for selecting a stock for long term investment. So all the very best, and let's hope for a good opening tomorrow. So have a profitable week ahead. Thank you guys. Thank you.